Here are 10 fruits and vegetables that are easy to grow.
Potatoes, easy to grow and maintain, will regrow unaided if they're left in the ground, year after year in a continuous cycle. Potatoes are better in loamy soft soil, well draining but keep moist, adding sand helps. There are many varieties of potato and seasonal varieties, from earlies to main to lates, to be planted and harvested throughout the year to keep potatoes abundant. They can be susceptible to some rot and pests, but generally easy to maintain.
You can grow herbs on a windowsill all year round. There are many varieties and you can plant them outside in the warmer months. They're great to eat and full of nutrients, easy to keep. You can put them in general compost and that will work for most herbs. Just make sure it's got good drainage. Some lettuce is referred to as cut and come again. As it states, you can cut it and it will just grow back. You can keep it indoors in a sunny spot or outdoors in the warmer months. Again, there are lots of variety to choose from. They are quick to germinate from seed and they grow quickly, ready to eat within weeks. General compost is fine and plenty of water. Not too much sun in the hotter months or the lettuce will wither. Protect from slugs, try eggshells or pellets. Tomatoes grow well in grow bags or in pots, outdoors or in greenhouses. They will need a nice warm sunny spot and the grow bag should provide plenty of nutrients for the first few weeks. Then when the tomato starts to fruit, add tomato feed. General compost works well too. The tomatoes give great yields and there are lots of varieties and various sizes. They are easy to grow with minimal pests and the slugs shouldn't really be a problem once the plant is fairly large, but seedlings should be protected. You can buy young plants from garden centres or germinate the seeds yourself. This will take between 7 and 14 days, then plant out once they have been hardened off.
Carrots. I love pulling out carrots when they're ready to harvest.
You can buy young plants from garden centres, as with most veg, or plant seeds. Seeds take 10 to 20 days to germinate and up to 80 days to harvest. Seedlings should be planted out once they've been hardened off, but shouldn't need too much protection as they are fairly hardy if planted earliest March, but can be planted as late as August. If staggering, some varieties are susceptible to carrot fly when carrots are forming. Crop rotation or covering the crop may help this. Loamy soft soil is best and general compost works well with added fertiliser such as fish blood and bone. Scattered on top of the soil when tops reach 3 inches tall, carrots should be thinned out if they are densely sown.
Buying young plants is a good idea, as strawberries may not fruit in the first year, but these plants are perennials, so they will come back each year, and they will produce an abundance of fruit in the second and third year. After that, establish new replacements from the runners. These grow and spread themselves from the original plant. Fish blood and bone worked into the soil adds needed nutrients, or well-rotted manure. Seeds may take several weeks to germinate, but it's still easy to grow in the warmer months, if you don't mind waiting for the fruits.
Peas and beans. You will need upward support for these like a trellis. Broad beans seem to be the easiest to grow, and there are a few varieties. Some are hardy, but others differ slightly in conditions needed. They like around 5 hours of sun a day, but a shady spot will lengthen the growing season. Peas take around 9 days to germinate, plant outdoors early spring. Some say you should soak the peas before planting. The dwarf bush varieties will produce flowers and pods quicker than climbing peas. Adding well-rotted manure when prepping the soil will add needed nutrients.
The cucumber's roots can reach up to 48 inches deep. They do prefer loamy loose soil that is well draining. And full sunlight is the best for this plant. They can grow quite quickly without any extra care, but water well in the summer months and feed a water-soluble plant food every 2 weeks. Add a layer of mulch to protect the growing fruit or use a trellis for support. Add eggshells or pellets to keep slugs at bay. There are many varieties and sizes, from slicing to pickling cucumbers. But if the weather drops below 0, the plant may die.
Fruit bushes.
It is easier to purchase young plants from garden centres, but it is also easier to grow from seeds. This will take longer, as seed germination can take up to 6 weeks. Fruit bushes usually produce 1 year after planting. They require full sun and rich, well-drained soil. Once seeds are hardened off and planted out, they may need plenty of space to spread out, especially the raspberry bush, or upgraded pots in the case of my blueberry bush, which has had a new pot every year. Different types of fruit bush may need different soils, again like the blueberry bush, which likes acidic, whereas raspberry bushes will be found growing on the edge of woodland and general garden soil. Raspberries can easily be grown from cuttings, or when the plant sends off shoots, they can then be pulled up and replanted elsewhere.
Fruit trees. Apple trees can be grown from seed but are generally bought as young trees from garden centres, as these could take 6 to 10 years to fruit from seed, and as buying the root stock will only take 2 to 7 years to fruit. This is similar to the pear and cherry trees, etc. They do need a large area for the roots to spread and some nutrition when planting, but then are generally left to grow in garden soil, for example, but will struggle in heavy clay soil, and this could lead to disease without a well-draining soil.
I hope you like it. Please subscribe for more of the videos.
Bye!
Bye!